welcome back. Our next segment is back by popular demand. We have two of New York's top improvisers from the Alan Chan comedy team, Miss Christina Linero and Rocco George. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you guys made quite a splash last episode with your Bessie, and people were asking to have you back. So thank you for being here again today.
Wow.
Absolutely.
It's great to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've talked before about improv and how it is not only just a comedy and a technique, but it's something that if you apply the principles can absolutely change your life. We've talked about a couple of the rules being yes and, so that if somebody tells you something, you always accept it and then you plus it. You make it even better, which I think is a great recipe for life.
Yeah, and it definitely teaches you how to be in the moment, like you said last show. And that's important, to be in the moment, to have that clarity, to make those decisions, those split decisions that you have to make every day in real life.
Right. You know, we hear it time and time again. We hear it from a lot of our guests. They talk about meditation and being present. We hear it in improvisation. I myself am a life coach, so I have to be absolutely present and listen to my clients at all times. But it's a skill that if you master that and you just, are present throughout your day and listening and accepting and plussing, it really can set you up for success, I would say.
Absolutely. I mean, if you are kind of frazzled and out of touch with the moment and with what your intention is for a scene or for your day, whatever it may be, that will kind of spiral into what becomes. So, but if you are at a place where you're centered and you're present and dropped in, then I think the rest of your kind of progression will mirror that. Whatever it is, in your scene, in your job, interview, whatever it happens to be, I think you'll be
on
ready
it.
for it.
Yeah,
On it,
yeah.
open.
Fantastic. Anything else you want to tell the viewers about improv?
Just that if you're thinking of doing it, just do it. Don't hesitate. Don't think, well, I'm not good enough, I'm not funny enough. It's never completely about just the comedy. It's about exercising those. You said once to me that it's cathartic to play certain characters who are, off the wall. It's like you're almost channeling the spirit of a certain personality, or when you invent characters, it's always, I think, for me personally, it's a reflection of people I've come across in my life. My mother's Mexican, my father's Italian. I grew up speaking Spanish. My mother has a little accent like this. Hello, if you touch yourself, it's going to fall off, and I'm gonna break your mouth. And well, my dad was more of a beer drinker, so he talks more like this. You kids, shut up, So it's all about finding, and finding who you are through being many people.
Right, and it's funny you say that, finding yourself through being many people, because a lot of people I've found that I've come across, they say, oh, you're an actor, so you must be really fake. And I find that kind of offensive, because if anything, my acting career and my studies have brought me more to the core of who I am as a person, because when I approach a character, sure, it's maybe not based on me, and maybe I may not choose to do the things that my character is doing, but I'm putting myself in that circumstance and making that my reality. It's playing and it's creating, and
Interesting.
I find that it's much more than just I'm phony being some.
It's
when
about
Rocco does that,
imagination.
it's imagination, but it's honest. It comes from an honest place.
Yes.
If it's good work.
If it's
that
good.
is.
Fantastic points, yes. So it's funny, a lot of people ask me how I remain so positive and what my mindset is, and quite honestly, I have a belief where when I open the door and I step outside to go through my day, I try to just see everything like a Saturday Night Live skit. I get on the subway, it's a 7-minute Saturday Night Live skit. Because otherwise you just can go crazy. But I mean, it's just interesting, but I like to see the comedy and everything, because that is humanity. I mean, we're not perfect. We're not, and when you try to be so regimented and you have things a certain way, it just doesn't quite work. So so in the scheme of comedy, I have a little challenge for you two.
Oh boy.
So I would love to show our audience again some improvisation, and as we know, it's something that you don't know is coming, and you are just handed, generally sometimes in a theater, and you just stand up there and you ask the audience for a relationship and a place where you are. So if you guys are game, I would love to have you do a skit where you are a life coach and you have a relationship issue.
Okay.
And I will just turn it over to you, and you guys can work it all out and get her where she needs to go.
Okay. Well, bear with me. I'm a little nervous. I'm new at this, but welcome. And I'd like you to just let me know what's going on in your relationships, or what's going on, life.
Excuse me, I'm also very nervous.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this is my first time ever seeking help. It's been, I know.
Here for you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Is it okay if I do this?
Oh yes, yeah. I haven't been touched in years, but thank you.
Well, we have a similar problem because my husband has just been awful.
Awful. I mean, no, not awful. He's wounded, probably. Huh?
He does have a really high tendency to just run into things. So
He's clumsy, or he's challenged.
You could say that. You could
horizontally,
definitely,
vertically.
Oh, all of it.
All of the.
He's a hot mess.
Oh,
so to speak.
hot. That's better than a cold mess.
Well, in other words, he's just not quite on my level, and on my level of I don't run into things, and I need somebody who's gonna be on par.
Maybe you should try running into things. Make him feel he's not alone. But and then maybe you'll find that spark again. You'll have that in common. We're too clumsy. What's the word?
So beautiful.
Oh.
You're so right. You're so right.
I'm right. I'm right.
I'm gonna go home.
I did good. I did good, didn't I? I did good. Yes, I knew. See, Mom, I knew I'd be a good life coach.
Yeah.
My mother was very mean to me.
Oh.
She said, she was always a naysayer.
She was a horse?
Yes, she was a horse.
Oh.
Nay!
That's
It was
amazing.
horrible.
I see where you get your beautiful mane.
And the long face.
You slapper.
I'm a card, and I shuffle when I walk. I'm also very clumsy. Yeah. The Joker. Yes.
Are you my husband?
Yes, it's me. Let me take this. Oh, it's stuck.
And scene. Wow.
Thank God.
So, funny thing about life coaching is, that was really, really good.
That was a very bad life coach, wasn't it?
No, but it was, I like to use some of the words. You used challenge. You tried to spin it into the positive, which we always are trying to do, reframe things, as we call it. Mm-hmm. But it's just great to see, you take nothing. We started with nothing. I gave you a suggestion, and you ran with it, and you made some pretty good comedy.
Yeah. Very, very abstract comedy there.
Well,
We're
thank
artists.
you. You are artists. So tell our viewers, we're all about goals and achieving your goals. What are your goals and dreams in relation to acting and comedy, and where you would like to go?
I mean, make a living, first of all, which is very difficult. You have to balance. But personally, my goal is to do as much as I want, as much as I can, and always challenge myself. I never thought I could do dramatic parts, but now I'm starting to get those dramatic, emotional characters, not just the funny guy. I mean, it's obvious I can be funny with this face, but but yeah, just challenge myself, be a different kind of person, not just the funny guy or the sidekick, but be the serious, the serial killer or the well, maybe not as a life coach, but you know, the inmate or the prisoner or the, you know, just something serious. The judge. I could be a judge. Huh?
Fantastic.
Oh, you'd be great.
Really? I checked.
You'd be great.
Judge.
And what about you? What are your goals and dreams?
Well, you brought up the word artist, and I think that that's really what I want to go for. You know, I of course want to make a living, but I also want to make a statement, and I want to make, you know, kind of just make it so that I will be able to, yes, I'll challenge myself with characters, but also make sure that I'm sticking to the integrity of what I believe is good messages. You know, like there might be a serial killer part, but at the same time I still want to be, I want to go through my career and feel like I'm getting something out of it personally, but I also want to make people think, and I want to make people feel, and I think through art you can change the world in many different facets.
Yes, what she said.
Oh my gosh.
Agree. Well, thank you both for coming back and for being on another episode of Ask Bonbon. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having
being
us.
here.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I look
so
forward
much
to
fun.
seeing you on the big stage.
Well, the big stage, the big screen, or the little. I'll take any screen, anything.
I'll take it.
I'll take the little stage, the big stage. Yeah.
All right,
All
well,
of it.
thank you. And thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of the Ask Bonbon Show, where we introduce you to the people and the tools to create the life that you love. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next episode.